Hi guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, we're going to make a dress pattern. So, di na to magdugay-dugay guys. Let's start it! Things needed: 1 Manila paper or cartolina, ruler or meter stick, French curve if you have one, ball pen or pencil for marking, scissor for cutting the pattern. Lastly, the marker for finaling the pattern. Body parts that need to be measured. First is horizontal measurement, shoulder and bust point, width or apex. Second, circumferential measurement, bust, waist, and armhole. Lastly, the vertical measurement, figure front, figure back, and bust point height. In a 1/2 folded Manila paper, we start in the shoulder measurement. So I measure 7 inches because my shoulder measurement is 14 inches. I divide it into 2, so my shoulder measurement now is 7 inches. Next is I measure 7 inches down to the shoulder for the armhole. Supposed to be my armhole measurement is 14 inches. I divide it into 2 to get 7 inches. Then I measure 1 inch down to the shoulder, and I measure 3 inches horizontal to the shoulder. After that, I connect it to the 1 inch measurement that I measure. And then I use French curve for the armhole. Next, I measure 9 inches down from the shoulder for my bust point height. Then, I measure 16 inches from the top down for my figure front. Next, I measure 9.25 inches from the left to the right bust point height. To measure the bust, it should be 3 inches, but I divide it into 4 and I add 1 inch allowance to make it 9.25. Take note, always divide it into 4 in taking circumferential measurement. Next, I measure 9 inches for the waistline. It should be 33, but I divide it into 4 and I add 2 inches for the allowance. Then I connect the waist measurement to the bust measurement. Next, go back to the shoulder. I measure the half of the distance of the shoulder to the left and mark it. Then connect a straight line down, maybe 5 inches down for the length, but it depends on you if how much you want your spaghetti sleeve to be. Then measure 1/2 of the bust to the armhole, then connect it to the shoulder line. Then I measure 6 inches down from the top for my center front and connect it to the shoulder line. Then I measure 3.5 inches for my bust point width or apex. It should be 7 inches, but I divide it into 2 to get 3.5 inches. Also in the waist, I measure 3.5 and measure 1/2 inch both sides. Then connect the half of the bust to the waist. Then measure 1 inch down from the half of the bust. Then connect it down to the 1/2 inch measurement. Same goes here. I measure it half, then I connect it to the bust point. Then I measure 1/2 inch both sides. Then I connect the half measurement to the bust point. Then I measure 1 inch, then I connect it to the 1/2 inch both sides. Then I use marker for finaling my pattern. Then after finaling it, I get the scissor and I start cutting the edges. Then that is my final output. For the back part, I just use the folded part of the manila paper. It is like just the front part of the pattern. I just measure the armhole length to the side. Then I measure 3.5 for the bust point from the waist to bust and connect it. Then I measure the half part of the center and then I cut it to have the back pattern of the dress. For the skirt, I just measure the length of the skirt that I desire. For the first tier to second tier, I measure 9 inches and the last is the third tier. It is 5.5 inches. So that's all guys. I hope you learned something about this video. So bye!